All right, so I guess first, if you could tell me a bit about Element.
Yeah, certainly. So Element Materials Technology is a huge organization which spans across the Americas, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. We work across a number of sectors, including life sciences, aerospace, defense, built environment, and connected technologies. We have over 240 labs across the world, and there's about 7,000 scientists.
Could you tell me a bit about what some of the things that you do, like the E&L and how that works?
Yeah, so some of the services that Element Materials Technology provides are within across the sectors that I mentioned, but generally we provide testing for many different sectors, certification and inspection, and really what connects everything we do at Materials Technology is where failure is not an option. More specifically within the life sciences, we do various bits of analysis for the pharmaceutical, biopharmaceutical, medical device sectors, which include physical testing, chemical testing, and some microbiology and in vitro testing. So within Element Manchester, we provide chemical analysis testing for the medical device and pharmaceutical sectors, and this is really around testing that is performed to assess the potential impact that a material used in a medical device or in a manufacturing process for a pharmaceutical or a packaging might have on patients or humans.
And I've seen that you do quite a lot of white papers.
This field is constantly evolving. In the 15 years that I've been involved, the field has changed drastically. There's new things, new approaches, new techniques that are constantly being brought out, and we would like to stay on top of that, and we like to push the boundaries of what is being done within this field. So we've released a lot of educational documentation and training packages on this field, but also we're also looking at new techniques, new approaches for doing the testing that we do. So we've discussed techniques such as 2D-GC, which enables us to get more information out of the data. I've worked on collaborations with outside groups to understand the potential for things that migrate from materials to interact with pharmaceuticals and therefore cause undesirable effects such as loss in efficacy, which in effect means the medicine's not as good at delivering the care that it's meant to deliver. And in some cases it's even shown that you can reduce the amount of a drug that you need to provide to a patient if you have less of these interactions occurring. So then you're hopefully getting less side effects, and there's definite benefits for patients.
I guess people think when they think about testing is you just do a test, but it's constantly evolving because there's changing regulations, there's changes in the materials, there's so much to consider, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. The regulations are constantly changing, evolving. There aren't very specific regulations or ways of doing this. This testing, there's not a specified approach, so we have to use our scientific knowledge to justify the approach we take and the rationale for what the way we're doing things. The benefits of this testing are seen in certain sectors or industries or types of products. It then becomes expanded into other products where the regulators are seeing that actually this type of testing is providing benefit to the patient or to humans, so they're expanding that requirement into other areas and other products.
Yeah, absolutely. Today you're hosting an event. Do you do that often?
Yeah, so over the last 4 or 5 years we've had an annual event. Over COVID it tended to be more virtual, and this time we've invited customers or people that are in our network to come and visit us. It's an educational event where we're hoping to share some of our knowledge and make people give a greater awareness of this area.
I guess everybody's talking about AI and machine learning right now. Is that impacting upon what you do?
AI and machine learning can enable, can give us better predictions of what we might expect, or if something is unexpected or different. The problem we have is that this is quite a low frequency of testing, so there's not a large database of input, which is generally required for AI and machine learning. You need a lot of data in it to produce an output that it can be used.
Presumably over time you can build up those databases maybe.
Exactly, and we have a very extensive knowledge database from the historic studies that we've done that enables us to identify unknowns, or identify when something's unexpected or or different from a material, which enables us to warn our clients and let them know if something is expected or not.
Is there anything coming up in the next, say, 12 to 18 months that you're kind of working towards or aware of? Or?
Yeah, so there's changes in guidelines. So some of the international guidelines are being harmonized, which at the moment it's the guidance that is used in this field is very disparate, sometimes contradictory. So we're looking forward to some of this new guidance to see, if it can bring some standardization to some of what we do. Whilst it is good to have some variability across labs, it's also important to know that each lab can deliver an important, the data to the right quality and accuracy.
Right. And in terms of what you supply to your customers, why do they need you, and what do you do that helps them, I guess, do what they do better?
Yeah, so the type of testing that we perform is very specialized. It requires some very specialist knowledge and a good understanding of material science in general. So customers often look for companies who can provide very expert and experienced science to really enable them to get the results they need to better understand their products. Companies will look for organizations that have a long history in performing this type of testing, because that means that they have experience and knowledge that they can bring to that particular product.
Right.